It is Monday, and it's August 3rd. I want to welcome you in. We're going to do a nice little recap of the big weekend of the training camp season. The NFL calls this the Back Together Again weekend, and I like it. It's a little jazzy, snazzy. We'll get into the reaction from all that. We'll give you just the important stuff. The important stuff to take away from fantasy football. I'm riding solo right now. You know me, Shepherd. What up, Odysseus, baby? Odysseus. I've been calling him Odysseus since the unmanned spaceship went up into orbit. Unmanned. The name of the ship was Odysseus. So this was before the movie. Some quick housekeeping news and notes, just quick. Um, do I have any other than to like and subscribe to the Fancy Goats YouTube channel on the highway to to the milestone, baby. We're on the highway. We're working hard for you. We love what we're doing. Um, yeah, just like and subscribe. I've got yes. Okay, so I got a fantasy league by a good dude. Good dude here. Let me show you. This is the Yardzilla Fantasy Football League, SIGs for soldiers. So this is a charity league that's supporting vets. What's better than that? It's $25, fully donated. 100% of it's donated. On Sleeper, where we play most of our leagues. There's a grand prize, although that detail is coming at a later time. There's a grand prize for the winner, and I mean that's basically it, right? It's the you're depositing the $25 donation goes to League Safe. League Safe from there will give it to the charity that you're playing for right here. Six for Soldiers. I'm in it. I'm pretty sure the Rhino will be in it, considering he's a veteran himself. All my teams since 2002, the mothership company fantasy team name is the Soldiers. From there, I have all team named after the United States military. I salute them. I admire them. They mean everything. They are America, our military. That's just me. That's apolitical, too, by the way. Doesn't matter. You should be in support of those that serve our country. That's the bottom line. Bottom line. Doesn't matter what, again, politics aside. All right. So we got that out of the way. Well, not out of the way, but that's housekeeping part one. Part two, I think we'll get it all. I'd love to tell you about my weekend. I was at the Scotfish Bowl 16 live in my hometown, live Manhattan, live New York City. Yeah, man. It always outperforms itself. Ever since I've been doing it, since 2003. It really we just outdo ourselves. It's gotten bigger. The venue is perfect. Beautiful venue that we've got now for the last 2 years. The host, perfect. Just a gem, and his daughter is a gem who helps him and works. Probably is more involved than we're led on to believe. She's great, and Ryan Hallam. I might as well just shout out Ryan Hallam, and then of course the Fantasy Cares. Fantasy Cares is the charitable organization that is the charity arm of the Scott Fish Bowl. They were all there. So that's something else that has grown exponentially. In 2023, my first one, they weren't all there. Maybe had one representative from Fantasy Cares outside of the host for New York City. Each city has its own host, and the people from Fantasy Cares were there. Your Scott Fish, and some of the other guys. I really enjoy speaking briefly with Bob Gilchrist. What a funny man, Bob Gilchrist, ladies and gentlemen. And there he is. There he is, just in time.
Just in time.
I met a guy. Oh, I met a couple of guys, Rhino. I met several guys actually, aside from those that you draft with, and again, there's I want to say there's like 8 live drafts. They don't all go on at the same time. So I was scheduled to go off first, or amongst the first group of leagues that were drafted first.
Right.
One guy didn't come, so we're delayed.
They have an alternate there.
Well, they were scrambling for one.
Oh wow. Okay.
Scrambling. Well,
In
I
Vegas,
mean,
they always have alternates right there on hand.
well, there wasn't. It wasn't necessarily like, okay, you're an alternate standby,
Okay.
but because they again these types of checks and communications are going out, 2 weeks out, 10 days out, 5 days out. If you can't make it, if you can't make it, if you can't make it, if you can't make it. Oh well, I mean, obviously there was no flare sent up.
No.
Sure enough, this guy's bag right there. He was supposed to be drafting 2 out of the 2 slot. I'm in the 3, so his bag is right. His little like nice bag with that the shirt comes in. It's right there. No show. So now they're scrambling. When I say scrambling, it took about 15 minutes. But I don't think this person that set up the accounts, set up the sleeper, so on and so forth. You guys make of that piece of information however you want. So now we're cruising. I met a great guy while we were waiting, who happened to come up to the level. We will tease that person upcoming at a later date. We'll just tease him at a later date. I want to talk about someone who is more known for different reasons in a different company, who I was just completely. It's hard to blow me away, right? It's hard to like really get me in the.
Yeah, that is for sure for you. Yeah, I'm easier than you are.
But I think it happened, and it happened because of the of the feeling in the air. And here I am. I finished my draft. I'm walking down the steps to the ground main level, and there he was, like just like at the bottom of the steps, and it's like I kind of like shut out, like ha ha. And his conversation totally stopped and looked over at me with a big smile, and it's Jamie Eisenberg from CBS Fantasy Football Today. Fantastic meeting him. I've known this man without knowing him for the better part of 20 plus years in doing this. Not this, but playing. And just it would have been, if I would have played that out, I know, like, I wonder if I would have, if I meet Jamie, if I would have played that out in my head forward, I don't think it would have went that way. Like me having to seek him out, if anything, and maybe like if he's in it couldn't have played out any better. So that's that. Ask me how my team looked. Look at my team. Fuck, man. Put my team against your team any day of the week.
Your team looks nice.
Well, I didn't say that.
I'm saying that.
But I didn't say that. I showed him. Well, then who else? Then okay, this is in no particular order. Then I met another individual who works at The Athletic. That was a very good conversation, more for internal purposes, but much nicer individual than I thought. Then there's not that these people are mean, but again, a different personality than what was already planted in my head. All right, so yeah, great afternoon, great draft. Yeah, my team. I mean, look. A, this is for charity, another charity like the one I just showed you guys, for the vets. B, it's cool to just screw around. I mean, like if you don't have to start a quarterback and you're going to start off at the 3 hole and you've got crazy tight end scoring and you got crazy wide receiver bonuses and you got this and you got that, you might as well just do something completely out of whack.
How many people at your draft had the little cheat sheets that broke them out?
Some, definitely. definitely some. Others are with their little laptops. Others are with their phones, like me. Yeah, absolutely. Look, there's a lot of Joes
Yeah.
that participate in this. Let's make no mistake about it. There's a lot of Joes. There's several pros. I saw my guy Scott at the King. My guy, that's my guy, Scotty the King. So when he's on the radio, the other host is who I drafted with this fine individual named Anthony, and there were some other dudes. If I don't win the Scott Fishbowl, I'd be very surprised. I'd be very surprised with this team. Anyway.
I like your confidence.
Yeah, look, man. It's growing.
I like your confidence.
It's growing by the team, by the way. It's just the way it works. It's just growing. It's growing by the draft. The first one with the rookie drafts, you're kind of feeling yourself out. You're feeling yourself away around the streets. Then it comes to the Fantasy Coach Invitational. And the whole, the spot that you drafted in, you got to make do with what you got, right? When Sleeper hands you lemons, you make lemonade. And it's just growing with confidence. That's all. How was your weekend, by the way? I'm done. I'm done. After the Scott Fishbowl again. I'll leave it again. I'll leave it on this note. Not the Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, Malik Neighbors, Brock Bound. Not that note. Greg Dulcich after Ferguson. That's right. So I'll leave it on it. Every time you get the email that's in March, it's like, yeah, all right. And then every time you actually get there and all the camaraderie and the New York, only the energy that we can do, I'm sorry, only our energy, it makes it 150% worth every bit of.
New York is on my bucket list. New York, Chicago.
I kind of feel like if you're not experiencing, okay, let me put it to you this way. If you're like one of these, the best way I can say, not groupies. If you're in the nicest way, if you're like really gung ho, Scott Fishbowl, Fantasy Cares, that's your tribe, and which is totally cool. That's fine. And if you've gone to other locations to either experience or B, draft there, and then you just go and attend your local one without drafting because you can only do one. Why wouldn't you want to come experience New York? You're gonna make it's gonna be a 3-day event, not come in, fly in the morning and fly out at night. No, you're gonna be there for the weekend. You're gonna do other stuff. Why wouldn't you? Like anybody, again, if you're in that tribe, I'm not going to Cleveland to draft. I'm sorry, that's not me.
You come out to Vegas.
If I don't already know, like I know Vegas, I've been to Vegas so many times. If I've never been to Las Vegas, that would be probably one place, right? I've been to Los Angeles. I'll never go back. So I wouldn't draft there. Nashville, maybe. Chicago. I go to Nashville
because family.
Chicago, maybe to draft. But if again, right, only if you're, again, these are your people. You love them. Yeah. This is your thing. You go shop. You shop for the toys in October for the Toys for Tots, the main beneficiary of this of Fantasy Cares. If you're one of those dudes or gals, right? Well, there's no reason why you wouldn't. And there's plenty of people that have came to either draft or hang out in New York City. And like I said, right before you came on. This event has only gotten bigger. I hope it doesn't get to the point where we can't use this location, because this location is money. Money. It's perfect.
Do you walk there from your house?
Absolutely not.
No.
No. Absolutely not. Walk. I don't want to walk to get my Celsius. You think I'm gonna walk?
That's true. That's true.
I don't think I can't blame you. A lot of people don't really understand the geography or the proximity of the city, the Manhattan parts to where I am. No, it's not. If I told you 15 miles, you wouldn't think that's far, right? So no, you can't walk 15. I mean,
No.
you could, but I mean, no one's walking 15 miles. The New York City Marathon, I think, is what, 27 miles, and that's starting at one point, and they map out like kind of like the craziest route for them to run. And then the winner of that marathon, like professional runners, takes them 3 hours. All right, what do we want to talk about first? We have a huge back together again weekend. It's called Back Together Again. All the NFL, now ESPN reporters are at different locations, and they get in-depth insight, and they don't ask really. They're not super tough in terms of like digging, but it's just getting good bits and pieces out of the horse's mouth. The one that stands out still, and it's probably because it wasn't from the head coach; it was from the quarterback, Jordan Love. Matthew Golden is locked in to his position, his role as a wide receiver. Now locked in. Let's add some context to that. By the way, goats, don't forget to like and subscribe. Only context. Try to cut through the noise of Jordan Love, which is not much. Try to cut through the noise. He says locked in. That could be one of two things. Locked in. He's locked in, like that's it. Put him into this spot, and he can't come out unless you have the key. He's locked in the zone. He's zoned in. He's locked in. He's got the position down. It's probably a little bit of both.
I didn't hear him say too much about Jayden Reed.
You're talking Matthew Golden in year 2, and one, if not two guys have already left the team. Now you can start doing process of elimination and deduct. So I mean, what is he going to say? Like Jayden Reed looks great? No, I mean, he didn't say much about Christian Watson, right? Did he? Or did he not?
He said that. No, he said Watson and Reed have been here for a couple years.
They know.
They know what they're doing.
They know. That's right. They
Tucker
know.
Kraft's been there. Their core. What he said, I think he said something about their core set of guys.
Yeah. So the crux of it went towards Matthew Golden entering his second year. Now, again, for anybody that may not be familiar, second year, first round pick, Matthew Golden came on strong last season, specifically the playoffs, really, that one game. And we know that Romeo Doubs left for the New England Patriots. Matthew Golden playing Romeo Doubs' role. That's primarily the X-wide receiver. It's the one particular dude that once the center has the damn ball in his hand, he can't move. He cannot move along the formation like the others can. And I mean, his route, he's expected. Again, every X for every offense is going to be a little different too. And we're going to talk about another dude in a second. Look, Matt LaFleur, Rhino, is going to have his guys prepared to be put in any spot as far as I'm concerned. Also, like I would like that. So that goes back to locked in. I don't necessarily. It's not like we don't see Jaden Reed ever not in the slot. It's not like I don't think Christian Watson will never ever be the X. No, I think he has them prepared just out of necessity.
Right.
For the fact that injuries happen, just out of need, you must be prepared. You must be able to do all of this that I'm asking you to do. Let me tell you someone who will not be playing X receiver, according to Daniel Popper, out in Los Angeles. Not for the Rams, for the Chargers. Quentin Johnson will be used underneath on drag routes and screens.
Right.
I think Ladd's going to be a focal point. Like I was watching a bunch of Miami film after they hired McDaniel, and like I'm seeing some of the pre-snap motion stuff they're doing with Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, and I'm like, Ladd can do that stuff. I don't know. He's obviously
the focal point of the passing game.
So he goes on to talk about Quentin, and it's only praise. Let me see if I can get this up.
He's got a lot of praise, not just from like the reporters, but like from teammates and stuff, and how much he's improved.
It's only praise. He's not a guy that's going to be a true X in his ability to win in those contested catch situations. So use him in a way that can be successful, and then they got a lot. It cuts off. That's stupid. They're trying to make him play like Mike Williams and Julio Jones. He's not that. You got to get the ball in his hands as soon as possible.
Let him go.
And let him run with the ball. And it feels like finally you have an offensive coordinator in here. This is Popper, who's going to be doing the exact thing with Quentin Johnson. Get him the ball on drags. Get him the ball underneath. Get him the ball on screens. Just let him go. Use his athleticism. Use his gifts. He's not a ball tracker. All right. It's not a ball tracker. I'll take the ball tracker in this situation. I'll take the ball tracker. Not to say that Quentin Johnson.
I don't remember seeing anything about Trey Harris in any of that.
Not here, but I'm sure that there is. I don't have anything on Trey Harris. There's not much talk on the tight end so far. But again, this was just
right. And that's good news. If he owns stock in Ladd, like I have pretty good shares in him. And you're getting him in the fourth round, sometimes fifth round in ADP in drafts. He's somebody that can just blow past that if it all works out right, man.
I think
the way they're picturing it and putting it out there.
I think this news will certainly, again, if you're paying attention to this type of information and context and applying it for our fantasy, for our drafts, for our rosters, for our teams, for our team success, then yeah, this is important. Absolutely. This came in today, but I guess it's worth noting. Chris Rodriguez is basically back healthy. Chris Rodriguez is going to battle with Tootin for the RB1 role. It's probably going to be a 1A, 1B. Chris Rodriguez.
And then they'll put Allen doing the receiving.
Liam Cohen loves him. Who doesn't Liam Cohen love on this team? It's totally fine. Just go ahead and take. Oh, wow. So now this guy is not only is he reporting, but he's giving out fantasy advice. Best ball RB2 is totally fine. No start sit. Just go ahead and take Chuba, Pollard, Ramondre, Dobbins. Yeah, now you're losing your credibility. Malik Washington is target number one with Greg Dulcich sidelined. Not serious. This is all today, and I really want to get through the weekend, though. Let me try to get through the weekend. I want to get today. When I get it, it piles up by 8 o'clock. Commandant guy again today. Everyone's been asking. Everyone's been sending out again, like the bat signal. Where's Commandant guy? No, we don't see him. We don't see him. Where is he? Where is he? No, there's no info. No info. No info. No info. All right. Well, today we got info. I think Ben Johnson got the message. He's been dealing with a soft tissue. Not serious, supposedly.
No.
All right. All right. Look, not serious. Hope it's not serious. I mean, unless DeAndre Swift's just going to run away with this job. Roshan Johnson, I don't even know if he's still on the team. I think he's probably still on the team, but come on, give me weekend for the love of Christmas.
Well, the one thing that broke out was Ricky Pearsall.
Slick. It's not so slick.
I still.
Oh well, a lot of Niners are dropping right now. They're dropping. They're being substationed. So yeah, but Ricky,
you have Evans. We're dealing with the quad. You have Stripling dealing with soft tissue.
Kalen. I think they're screwing with us.
Who knows with the Niners, dude?
I think
you never know.
I think they're screwing with us. But
I just don't understand why did they operate on it last year?
I'll tell you why. I know you want to talk about this. Because it was fine. Because he wasn't complaining. When he was healthy, he like, you know, they probably like asked him or like look, they could only recommend. And maybe he was recommending like, look, we're heading into the offseason, rest it. Hey, Rick, how do you feel? John Lynch on the phone. Hey,
I don't trust anything that the training staff says or any, because I mean, go back to it was CMC 2 years ago. They're not very forthcoming with the right information, so that might be true, but it could be they just want to do the surgery and they just want to see if it'll heal up perfectly fine. But
right.
that's not like that's doing a disservice to your team because it shouldn't have.
Well, here's the thing.
It shouldn't have flared up that bad. Where it's real bad. You have to have a season-ending surgery. You know, if it's just a minor flare-up, then yeah, just rest it. But they make almost sound like it never healed.
A flare-up, no. Any flare-up at this point, I think would have constituted a shutdown. So let's not. I wouldn't necessarily measure how the severity of it in terms of the fact of the matter is it came back. So now it came back. That means it's your ligament is swollen. Now let's do something about it for a change. Let's not wait.
And then maybe you felt pressure coming back last year because they needed freaking offensive skill players too.
You know what I mean? Like fool me once.
Yeah.
Shame on you, Rick. Fool me twice? Nah, not on me. Now you're required. And I'm sure, again, just my opinion was, look, you have two options. You let this rest, let it heal. If you feel good, you feel good. Or B, we can go in there and see, maybe cleaning it up. These are the doctors, by the way, the orthopedics. Not the training staff, the orthopedics. And Rick said, you know what, let's wait. I'm scared. I'm scared of the knife. Or, look, if it feels good, it feels good. Well, I mean, I don't want surgery if it's elective.
But I would think, I mean, I'm not a medical doctor, but I would think they would be able to check his knee and check mobility and stuff just by, feeling around and stuff and doing MRIs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So. Yes. And you know what it is? And it's like the devil. It is because like if the MRI comes back and it checks out okay, that's not foolproof, obviously. That's not foolproof.
Yeah.
So now whatever they're going to do with the ligament, because remember, it's not torn. So whatever they do to strengthen it up, they're going to strengthen it up. That's why there's going to be that's the surgery. That's what's going to take. That's what's going to take him out.
They moved quick by re-signing Debo. I almost think Debo was on speed dial for him.
100%. 100%. Go back home. 30-year-old Debo. Do I have Debo? I do have Debo.
Yeah, you picked him up.
It will be a good season. Good season. 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns, 70 balls for a 30-year-old.
You know what name that we're not hearing anymore is Brandon Ayuk.
Good. Maybe,
I think that probably just ran its course.
Maybe
Maybe somebody got in his head and told him, dude, if you ever want to play football again, quit acting a fool.
Well, Rand Carthon supposedly had a conversation with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Supposedly. But I kind of want to say that he's posted since that conversation. It's a combination of A, maybe it's on its course until the next time. B, the echo chamber and the amount of information and news with the lead up to next month is so it's overloaded at this point that anything, whatever Ayuk do whatever Ayuk may post is only going to get picked up by you know who, by dum-dums.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant. And I think you alluded to it, right? It would be he's already shot himself in the foot, no pun intended. Let me tell you what Rick, where this really hurts. He's an older 26. He's 26. That's what burns. That's what's going to burn. So next season, heading into his 4th year, he'll be heading into his age 27 and at the final year of his contract. So I'm going to blame both sides. Rick should have been a little bit more proactive. Look, I don't know. This thing's just been bothering me. Why don't we just get it taken care of in the offseason, and maybe I'll be back by September. I'm going to blame him, and I'm going to blame the Niners for not forcing him. But I don't know if the Niners could force somebody like that. I don't know if you could force somebody for surgery if nothing's wrong, right?
I don't.
No, Rhino, right? Like, there's been other arguments with players.
I agree with that, but you still think that this is somebody that you drafted in the first round. You moved back in to get him in the first round. You would think they'd be more forward and pushing, because this is a first round talent that you're paying for. And at this point, he's not going to earn a second contract with him, because all he does is get hurt. You can't blame him shooting on him, But still, okay. Let's say this was like the Patriots or not the Broncos. You don't think Peyton would have pushed them to have surgery last season? You know what I mean?
If Sean Payton would have pushed Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah. Or say if let's say he was on the Niners or the Kansas City Chiefs.
I don't know.
See, that's what I don't know. It's just
I don't think. I think
there's so many.
I don't think
what ifs, not what ifs, but like question marks about the whole thing. To me,
I think us outsiders, outside of the building, have an idea of what we want, what we expect, and what we think should be, because this is the big, bad mother NFL, and each team is just a good soldier to that shield. Now you get in the building, and it's more like, look, there's a lot of fucking there's rules and laws and contracts and stipulations, and there's love and family and this and that, and there's like, okay, this is very business, yet it's not business, but it is business. And there's also like, we're gonna take care of you, take care of yourself, but we're gonna take care of you. We love you. Do you love us? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's. I don't think it's as cut and dry as we would think. Like, I really think you should go get surgery now, and now I'm gonna leave you to decide. No, I think it'd be like, how you feeling, son? We you know, you're a big piece of what we do around here. What did the doctor say? What did the trainers say? I gotta ask. Sean, Kyle, did Ricky give you any indication that there was something bothering him? No, he didn't give us an indication, but at the same time, we know that he's been laboring it. How long do you expect him? I gotta talk to the trainers. There's just so much that they could do. There's just so much that's on their own plate. They are at least the coaches and the general man. Like, that's a general manager has to oversee all of this. So I'm sure that he's got his time. You remember Any Given Sunday?
Yeah.
You know, with LT, the doctor, the trainer, Tony doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He does, but he doesn't get. He's got too much. Cameron Diaz in the luxury box doesn't know what the hell's going on. She doesn't care. But that's a different time era,
right.
Also. Much different time era. Yeah, I think it's just it's not as like, yo, it's in your contract. Go get surgery. Now let's move. Now this happened a few days before the weekend started. You know that this guy, number 35 in the Cincinnati Bengals, number 35. I don't know who he is. But he was barking. Or he was growling. He was growling at the dog.
That's the Jamar Chase scuffle, huh?
Did you know he was growling at the dog? You know what the dog does? You know what he does? You know what he does back? He barks and bites. Number 35 didn't growl at me. Fucking throw your helmet right off the field. Get out of here.
Somebody trying to make a name for himself.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Trying to make the team. I don't know what the hell you're instigating. However, if this gets the Bengals to a more feisty fight camaraderie as a group, up for that. I'll take that. Getting it into the fight with one of the best players in the league. You know what? I get, if that's what was behind it, to get this Bengals team rolling with the right mindset, fine. I'll take that.
Joe Burrow has some nice things to say about Chase Brown too.
Oh, I got a good Joe Shiesty that I saw. He loves Chase Brown. But so there's a clip. Joe Burrow's throwing, no helmet, and the audio, you don't see the person. It's Dexter Lawrence. So the audio is, hey, Mr. Burrow, are we going to see you today? I want to see you today. Joe Burrow, brother, you're going to see it every day. A nice little smirk on his face. Mr. Burrow, not Joe. This is coming from Dexter Lawrence, who's just traded there for a first-round pick. Mr. Burrow, I want to see it today. Brother, you're going to see it every day. Righto. You understand what time it is?
Yeah.
Oh man. This is gonna be fun. All right, so that's the Bengals. Now this was a few days before the league. I still want to dig up some other shit. Still looking and hunting.
Ben Johnson Luther Burden.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
like it. I like it, but now it's almost getting to be overly hyped up.
Huh.
You know what I mean? So then there's just in my mind thinking is like, why is he hyping up so much? You know, is he trying to make up for something that he's hiding and wants to make sure to hype him up, or is he actually the real deal? Is he the Amon St. Brown of this Chicago Bears offense? Because man, he is singing his praises on top of the mountain, dude.
Here's the thing.
And Odunze's doing good too.
Here's the thing. One hand, we want to take these guys at face value, right? But on the on the other hand, like we talked about, kind of like here, I got here you go. Here, I'm showing you 8, 9, and ace. Here's my. Yeah, I'm like, why would they want to show their cards so freaking early? They don't want to. They wouldn't want to show their cards now. In this particular situation, I don't think they don't have. I don't think they really have a sleeper that's going to fly under the radar. Maybe they're rookie, but there'd be no reason. I think if Ben Johnson talked up his rookie wide receiver,
right,
no one would believe him.
And he's made comments about him how good he looks, and
maybe they would believe Ben Johnson at this point. I think he's got enough cachet where look at his offenses over the last 5 years. When he tells you Luther Burden, he's telling you, yeah, you better put 2 people on Luther Burden, and then I'm going to kill you with Colston Loveland, or maybe I won't kill you with Colston Loveland. Maybe I'll kill you with Luther Burden. Nah, go ahead, put 2 guys on Luther Burden. I'm going to kill you with Rome.
Yeah.
I think he is playing a little bit of chess.
I think so too.
I wonder if he really knows, or whether he's that 1,000%, just all in. Yeah, Lex Luthor Burden, man, I ain't worried about you. Lex Luthor, you out there, you be Jamar. Lex Luthor, don't worry, we're gonna get you the ball. I want you to freaking cook when you get it. There's a lot of pressure. Maybe that's too much pressure. We're gonna find that. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out if Luther Burden is as advertised, like low-level Amon-Ra St. Brown / one of these alpha elites, or if he's more in the mold of what we've seen out of the last few seasons of DeVonta Smith, Jalen Waddle, J-Mo. We'll see. This is only his 2nd year, so I mean, he's probably putting a little bit undue pressure on him, I would think.
He's first in, first out, blah blah blah.
Or he's having like the private conversations with Caleb. What do you think? Oh yeah, he's great.
I don't know. I would think that Caleb and Odunze would be having the private conversations because they got drafted together. They're getting together before they were even drafted and stuff. So it's interesting. So I know you saw it, the Taysom Hill letter to the Saints saying that. You didn't see that. So
what, saying goodbye?
Saying goodbye to the Saints.
I didn't read it.
He's not coming back to the Saints.
Yes.
So now,
should throw a party.
Now there's lots of noise about him going to the Broncos now.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Well, the Sean Payton, I think there's a quote from Sean that's saying like, yeah, they'll bring him in.
Sean Payton also said that Jalen Waddle's been used as a joker position. You're not even calling offensive plays, so why are you even saying shit like that? Buying that, man. I bit that last year. But then again,
no, well, I mean,
Evan Ingram has been one of the highlights. They've been working to get him involved more.
Talk about hearing that before.
Yeah.
But the Joker actually with Jalen Waddle
in the Mike Thomas spot
might be more appropriate. Let Jalen Waddle play all over the place.
Hmm?
The Joker role. What does a Joker do? It could be any card. Javonte Williams was promoted this weekend. What does that do for his position on the team with Jadon Blue barking? Javonte Williams was promoted to like a leadership council by Brian Schottenheimer. Congratulations. Now, just because you're a good leader doesn't mean that Jaden Blue is not coming for your job. Doesn't mean that you play if you're not playing well. I want to make sure that we dispel that for a second. The leadership role for the Dallas Cowboys, along with Dak, yes, along with him and him and him. So now you're a leader. Congratulations. If you're not playing well behind this offensive line, you're not going to be playing, but you'll still be a leader. I want to make sure that we're on the same page here.
Yeah, I agree.
Leadership role doesn't inject better performance. Doesn't inject guarantees of playing time. Leadership, all right. You know what? You know what this could be? It's another way of saying you're a snitch. Something's wrong. Like guys are like rolling dice in the locker room. He may go up to the shotgun. I don't know if these guys should be rolling dice. Something like that.
I hope not, because they don't last long.
Right?
Get stitches, bro.
So Javonte Williams will now leadership. So now he'll be Jane Slater's like source for the Cowboys. Trusted source. The source. Maybe she won't have to go to Stephen Jones or someone else in the PR department. All right. Give me this leadership role now, and now let's watch his ADP.
Go up.
No. Javonte, let Javonte look. If you believe in Javonte Williams for a back-to-back solid season as a lead back for the Dallas Cowboys on a really good offensive Dallas Cowboys team, then you should be drafting Javonte Williams right there at the course. If he slips, if he happens to drop around or drop a handful of spots, you could draft Javonte Williams as your RB2. I would endorse that. But to reach on Javonte Williams now that he's got a leadership role, no. And again, and I alluded to it a little bit earlier, Rhino. You've got this guy, Blue. You're my boy, Blue. He's getting a lot of in camp. He looks good in camp. I would hope he looks good in camp. Jalen Polk, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this isn't relevant for fantasy football, but I do want to talk about it. Jalen Polk. I saw this guy. I don't want to call him out. I don't want to shout him out because we're nice people here. I saw this guy right here. So sad. He was my wide receiver 11. You know, I was higher on him than most. So sad. Okay, you're falling on your sword. Why did you say it, Drew? You're falling on your sword. He was my wide receiver 11. Xavier Legette, Ladd McConkey, and I think Keon Coleman went in between Ricky Pearsall and Jalen Polk. So
yeah, because Polk was drafted before Donze and McMillan.
Polk was drafted after Odunze,
Was he drafted on Odunze?
before McMillan.
Yeah.
So, and I'm glad that you brought that up because
And they all three played for Washington with Penix.
That's my other point. I would have wrote, or I was dying. I was itching right back. I wanted to reply back so bad, but I don't because I know this guy, kind of, sort of. I'm like, what led you to Polk and not Odunze or not McMillan from the same school? Why did you go in with Polk with the New England Patriots?
I think
that would have been a better post.
If they're going off of production with Washington, I believe Polk looked better in Washington. But if you're actually watching the games and watch the receivers or anybody, you could see that Odunze was probably the best out of the three, and then McMillan, then Polk.
I remember we were on, weren't we? 24? We were on. It was our first draft.
Yeah.
I think. What a beautiful day. We were all surprised as fuck. Jalen Polk. We were surprised as hell. So that would have been the better question. That would have been the better post. I'd have a hell of a lot more respect if he would have said, I don't know what I was thinking with Polk. Clearly, Rome Odunze and Jalen McMillan are so far much more suited.
Yeah, I think Polk was the benefactor of Penix. You know, making him look better than actually probably maybe is. I'm not saying he's a bad receiver. You know, but yeah, it's.
And again, you have to take into account all the interviewing, talking to other people about said player, all that stuff to try to assess the person, the character, the individual outside of the God-given talents. So if that checked out, they're all, let me put it this way, it's not that likely. These are the actual rare cases of where character you whiffed on it, because obviously he can never get back into it from 2024 being with the Patriots. No dog.
No.
That's the definition of no dog. You know, like the Raiders whiffed. You know, you shouldn't be drafting somebody where if you're not 100% sure that this guy would never, ever drive 150 miles an hour within city limits at 4 a.m. in the morning in this city. You better make sure. And they thought that they made sure until they got the news that Henry did it to them. No matter what you try to do, all the diligence. This happens all over the league. So not just one organization. No matter what you try to do. And it doesn't happen often, but it does. Javonte. Congratulations, Javonte. Congratulations. What else? Come on, man. Give me something good here. Not Liam. I'm done with you. I'm done with you, Liam. All right. Well, I'm done with this show. All I see is Jaguars here. All right. This was all right. Not bad. You know what? Hold on. I bet you I can find something better than this. Much better. Ha 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 ha! At 55 minutes. You know what? I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it for our next show. We'll do a quick recap from the angle. All right, Ryan. Anything else you'd like to talk about and address? Anything at all? James, don't you talk about anything? No. Good. See you later, James. Good to see us. All right, good show. One more time. For the folks
Yeah, do this, man.
One more time for the folks at the 55-minute mark. Yeah, look, I told them in the beginning of the show, look, charity league, $25 on Sleeper. It's benefiting vets. Like, if we're not doing that, what else are we doing? What are we doing this for? I said, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. The military is the military.
And if you are interested, then email fantasyghost24@gmail.com, and then we'll get you the link to join the league.
That's it. As simple as that.
Yeah.
Back tomorrow. If not, don't forget again, like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Be back all week. All week. Dissecting dogs. For the Commissioner Rhino. Motherfucking shepherd. See you later.
Be a difference, make a difference. Stay blessed, everybody.